improvised polygraph machine using the indigenous materials. But before that, I would like to show you the materials first. So we have two pieces of PVC electrical corrugated tube, and it is have a 12 inches, two pieces of crocodile type clip, one white cartolina. Also, we have a 5 pieces of tie backs in 1 meter or rope, and one empty of backs, 4 by 12 inches of textile or tela, and rubberized ball. Also, we have a 3 pieces of nails, one push pin, and lastly the pentel pen.
So the first thing to do, or the first step, is cover the empty bags using the cartolina, or the white cartolina. So let's proceed. So, okay. And the next is draw the zigzag form or for a monitoring device or vitals. And after this, the third step is tie the two or not the two pieces of tie box. Into the end of tie or the rope, connect it to the nails and tie. Into the other portion is connect the PVC electrical corrugated tube. And the third step is insert the tie backs or the rope to the hole. The other side, connect it and tie. And let's tie the nails. After this, the fourth step is this textile. We're going to make an improvised arm cap. The arm cap. So tie and insert this or sew the textile. And after this, connect this to the rope and the next step is after this, the step 7 is let's screw the cover or let's insert the nails. And one is for the abdominal.
So we have two pneumograph, which is the pneumograph 1 and the pneumograph 2. So the first pneumograph is for the chest assembly. This unit is simply attached to the subject chest, and the function of this assembly is to record the changes of the subject heartbeat. And the other one is the pneumograph 2. So it is for the abdominal assembly. This unit is simply attached to the abdomen of the subject. And the function of this is to record the changes breathing of the subject. So this improvise is considered as galvanograph component. And this component is composed of two finger electrodes. This assembly is attached to the index and ring finger, either left or right hand. This assembly will record the skin resistance of the subject with a little amount of electricity. And this improvise is considered as cardiospasmograph component. So this component is composed of the blood pressure cuff assembly. This unit is simply attached to the right or left upper arm like this. So the pump valve assembly, this unit is attached directly to the blood pressure cuff assembly. And the sphygmomanometer, the unit of the basis, is determining gauge of the supply of the arm cuff, while the pump valve assembly, the unit of that supplies air to the arm cuff through pumping the blue. Activity 1. Discussion and recommendation. Number 1. Discuss the things that you have experienced during the experiment or activity. During the experiment, first, we experienced the complicated things to execute the proper procedure of making improvised polygraph machine using the indigenous materials, but the helps of examples and guidelines instructions, we can handle it easily to apply step-by-step procedure in a proper way to accomplish the task. Number 2. Do you think that this activity is considerable to academia, particularly in this present pandemic situation? For me, yes, because we can learn and we gain knowledge about this activity. Even though in the middle of pandemic, we much more learn on what ideas we gather or to glean about this activity, even though what situation we experience or we encountered. Number 3. Is this activity can be applied the time that we will go back in the normal life? Possible, yes, because it is held in our hearts and minds that it will help us to acquire or to gain knowledge, to receive every ideas and apply it in the future. Did you see Juan de la Cruz killed?
Yes,
Where did it happen?
in Matina, Grabahan.
Did you know the suspects?
Yes,
And how many they are?
3.
Can you tell us who they are?
Yes, James, Buknoy, and Will.
Activity 2. Discussion and recommendation. Number 1. Discuss the things that we have experienced during the experiment or activity. We experience like we are a real investigator or examiners while conducting the simulation or polygraph examination because you cannot avoid to get nervous and feeling excited. Therefore, your emotions would be mixed and to create complicated. So that my saying is be prepared and be calm during conducting this activity to avoid distractions. Number 2. Do you think that this activity is considerable to academe, particularly in this present pandemic situation? Yes, because through of this activity, we will become knowledgeable through experience and research the crucial things, also to gather information and investigate the persons, because we all know that someday in the future we can apply this in our real life. Number 3. After doing this simulation in your homes, do you think you can perform a mock polygraph test when, if and only if, we go back to our normal setup of face-to-face classes? Probably yes. It's because it is necessarily needed, especially to the student like me. That's why it is really important to perform in actual, to have experience and to know the differences of having real mock polygraph tests using the electric device and to compare the improvised polygraph machine using the indigenous materials.